anyone with more money than they know what to do with would attempt to cure aging at some point. Larry Page, the creator of Google, has tried exactly that. Jeff Bezos has given it a go. Larry Ellison and Peter Thiel, both tech millionaires, have also attempted it. Now the thorny kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which has almost as much money as the rest of them combined, is going to give it a go. Saudi Arabia, which is obnoxiously wealthy, is attempting to demonstrate that money can't buy everything by investing $1 billion per year in research into ways to slow down the consequences of aging. The royal family of the Gulf state established a non-profit foundation to help scientists better understand the causes of aging and how to treat them using medications. If the Saudis can spend the money, the Gulf state might become the largest single funder of academics trying to figure out what causes aging and how it can be halted using medications. Welcome to today's episode of Longevity News. In this episode, I will talk to you about the rather scary sounding, but also promising venture which the Saudi government is being a part of, and whether or not it will be a good thing for us. The foundation hasn't made an official announcement yet, but the breadth of its work has been discussed at scientific events and is generating buzz among aging experts who expect it could fund massive human studies of promising anti-aging medications. Mahmoud Khan, a former Mayo Clinic endocrinologist and former PepsiCo head scientist who was appointed to the CEO role in 2020, manages the fund. According to Khan, their main objective is to lengthen the healthy lifetime. There is no medical crisis in the earth that is more serious than this one. According to some longevity experts, if you can slow the aging process of the body, you may delay the beginning of many diseases and lengthen the number of healthy years individuals can enjoy as they become older. According to Khan, the fund will provide grants for fundamental scientific study into what causes aging, similar to what others have done, but it also wants to sponsor medication investigations, including trials of therapies that are patent expired or have never been commercialized. In order to move forward with human clinical research, we need to understand that biology. It won't make a difference until something that truly benefits people gets on the market. According to Khan, the fund will be allowed to spend up to $1 billion each year forever and will be able to invest in biotech firms. In comparison, the U.S. National Institute on Aging section that funds fundamental research on aging biology spends roughly $325 million each year. Hevolution hasn't said which projects it would support, but sources close to the organization say it has considered sponsoring a $100 million X prize for age reversal technology and has made a preliminary agreement to fund a test of the diabetic medicine Metformin in thousands of old individuals. The TAME experiment, which stands for Targeting Aging with Metformin, has been hailed as the first large test of any medicine to delay aging in humans. However, the study has remained dormant for years due to a lack of funding. Hevolution had promised to cover 1/3 of the TAME trial's expense, according to Nir Barzilai, a researcher at the Albert Einstein School of Medicine in New York, who thought of it. If approved, the partnership would be a nod to what's known as the geroscience hypothesis, the still unproven theory that some treatments might postpone the onset of numerous diseases, including cancer and Alzheimer's, by modifying basic aging processes within cells. Felipe Sierra, the former head of the Division of Aging Biology at the U.S. National Institutes of Health, who was recently appointed as Hevolution's chief scientific officer, coined the phrase, geroscience. While we all know that billionaires hold a significant portion of the world's wealth, according to current forecasts, the richest 1% will own 2/3 of it by 2030. What they do with their great incomes may surprise you. When they aren't investing in space shuttles, subterranean hyperloops, and enormous tech campuses, the super rich are considering a variety of mind-boggling ways to extend their lives. The oddest and most costly methods used by millionaires in their search for immortality, or at least get a few more years in than the rest of us. While this may sound like something out of a science fiction film, firms are already testing the benefits of transfusing blood from young, healthy people, particularly those between the ages of 16 and 25, into others who are feeling their years. This isn't to claim that it's only for the elderly. Anyone over the age of 35 may use it. Peter Thiel, the billionaire co-founder of PayPal and now a venture capitalist, has made news in recent years for his rumored interest in this technique, notably in relation to a startup firm named Ambrosia. Thiel has made investments in various medical research startups exploring for methods to extend life through his Breakout Labs fund, so this isn't new territory for him. If all of this still sounds a little far-fetched, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration said that the technique has no demonstrated therapeutic advantages, and is possibly dangerous. This is unlikely to discourage individuals with the wherewithal to pay for a pint or two of young plasma, and there are 3 U.S. firms offering the service to well-paying trial participants as of the start of 2019. Now these dubious billionaires are collaborating with Saudi officials. Saudi leadership may be driven in part by a concern that aging illnesses constitute a particular threat to the country's future. According to papers developed by Hevolution and examined by MIT Technology Review, people in the Gulf nations are aging quicker physiologically than they are chronologically. Essentially, the country is plagued with affluent ailments brought on by affluent foods and little exercise. Despite the fact that Saudi Arabia's population is relatively youthful, with a median age of roughly 31, obesity and diabetes are on the rise. Saudi public health experts claimed in a 2019 research published in the Saudi Medical Journal that the country's wealth had necessitated the establishment of preventative and control programs. Hevolution was established by royal decree in December 2018, and its chairman is Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the country's de facto ruler. According to the Hevolution advertising materials reviewed by MIT Technology Review, the board includes Yevgeny Lebedev, a Russian-British tycoon, Ron Burkle, an American billionaire, and Andrew Liveris, the former CEO of Dow Chemical. The timing of the royal proclamation shows that the effort exists in part to repair Saudi Arabia's and bin Salman's reputations, which had taken a damage in October 2018 following the death of a Washington Post writer by a hit squad acting on orders from the prince, according to the U.S. Writer Jamal Khashoggi prompted Joe Biden, then a presidential contender, to label Saudi Arabia a pariah state with no social redeeming value under the current administration. Because of the Saudi autocrats' activities, U.S. research institutes will have to decide whether or not to accept Hevolution's funding, which will most likely come through a U.S. nonprofit arm that Khan's team is forming. In a text message, Peter Diamandis, chairman of the X Prize Foundation, which organizes high-profile technical competitions, confirmed that he was exploring the possibility of Hevolution becoming a sponsor of a planned $100 million age reversal prize, which will feature scientific teams competing to rejuvenate animals. Those negotiations haven't progressed. Another source close to the X Prize indicated it had acquired further financing. The American Federation for Aging Research, a charity that represents geroscience experts like Barzilai and has been seeking to obtain $55 million to carry out the TAME experiment for several years, determined that taking Saudi money would not be an issue. The board investigated and discovered that numerous institutions in the United States accept money from Saudi Arabians, and that we might as well. That was the bottom line, explains Stephanie Lederman, executive director of the Federation. This is a chance for thousands of people to benefit, first the scientists, then the entire world's population. It's possible that a large number of individuals may live longer and healthier lives. Barzilai gained notoriety 8 years ago for his attempts to persuade the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to approve the first of its kind research. Because aging is difficult to quantify and regulators do not consider it an illness, the TAME trial's goal is to explore if taking metformin will postpone the onset of a variety of age-related ailments. The researchers say they want to recruit 3,500 patients over 65 in 16 U.S. locations and see if they have less heart disease, dementia, or cancer after 5 or 6 years than others who haven't taken the medicine. Metformin is an ancient medicine that gained popularity when a comprehensive analysis of British medical records revealed that diabetics who used it lived longer than predicted, even longer than healthy persons. Rapamycin, an immune suppressor that has been studied in pet dogs and has been found to enhance the lifespan of laboratory mice, is another medicine mentioned as a viable general-purpose anti-aging molecule. However, no medicine has yet been proven to slow the aging process in humans, and several early studies have failed miserably. Human trials of a rapamycin variant failed in 2019 when the medicine failed to improve older people's resistance to respiratory infections. Metformin's efficacy is also unknown. This year, a long-term study of diabetics discovered that the medicine provided little protection against cardiac issues. Even if metformin does not slow the aging process, the experiment may pave the way for additional geroscience medications to enter human trials. If the Saudi money comes through, Lederman believes the trial will finally begin. It's perplexing to me that it's been so difficult to get funds. Many rich individuals support anti-aging research, which is unavoidable. Rich people don't want to die because they like their lives. Therefore it's only logical that they want to prolong them as much as possible. Jeff Bezos is one such investor, having contributed to the funding of Altos Labs, a biotech startup focused on anti-aging medications and therapies, in 2021, as well as Unity Technologies, a biotech firm focused on anti-aging drugs and therapies, in 2018. While Bezos has not publicly said that he has invested in Hevolution, these investments are part of a larger effort among the rich elite to realize the species' long-held goal of avoiding death. And if anybody has the money to spend in such research, it is these people, even if the money could be better spent on more frequent and far deadlier diseases like malaria, which continue to plague poorer parts of the world. So, what do you think of the Saudis getting into the longevity industry considering their rather controversial history involving human rights? Does it matter to you, or are you just glad that money is getting poured into the field? Please tell us your opinion in the comments section below. I would love to hear what you have to say about it.
For those of you who don't know, metformin is a drug given to type 2 diabetics to bring down their blood sugar levels. But it's been found that looking at tens of thousands of veterans and others, that those type 2 diabetics live longer than people that don't even get type 2 diabetes. So it's a longevity drug. Right now you have to get it from your doctor in the US. In most other countries, you can just get it over the counter. And you're protected, it looks like, based on epidemiological data, cancer, heart disease, frailty, what else? Dementia. So I take metformin in the morning, along with the resveratrol, because, for a number of reasons, but mainly because my body responds better. And I've been measuring my body for 12, 13 years. I think that they should stop taking metformin because they're never going to get muscle, or it's going to affect their ability to build up muscle. But that's not true. What metformin does to you, it actually just reduces your ability to have stamina because it's inhibiting your body's ability to make energy. And so what happens is when you're on metformin, you do fewer reps. But guess what? Those muscles that you do build up on metformin have the same strength and have much lower inflammation and other markers of aging.
Thank you for watching Longevity News. We consistently report on the newest biotechnologies and supplements around longevity on society's path to curing aging. Please support our cause by liking this video and subscribing to not miss out on any new videos.